It's White's turn and he has a lot of ways to continue his game, but Carlsen continues brilliantly here and finish off Tari. It's White's turn. Can you find the solution? And the game starts with e4, e5, knight to f3, knight c6, bishop b5, the Spanish a6, bishop a4, knight to f6, short castling, bishop e7, d3, a solid line here, and maybe Magnus tried to avoid the martial attack. b5, bishop to b3, d6 finally. Now we have a4, try to attack these pawns in the queen side. And after that, Tari played bishop to d7. We have c3, knight a5, bishop a2. Of course, it's important to keep this bishop, the strong piece. We have c5, bishop to g5, short castling. Both players develop their pieces, nothing special will happen here. Knight b to d2, rook b8, a takes b5, a takes b5, rook e1, another logical move, and now we have b4. And as you can see, black is threatening something here, and he is threatening to shut down this bishop on b1. I created some questions for you, mainly 4 I think, and here's the first one. What are you going to do now with white? And for you who just want to enjoy the show, here Carlsen played a very nice positional move. He played knight to c4. He tried to exchange that knight. This is the worst black piece. But he exchanged that knight in order to have a very active bishop. And now we have knight takes c4, bishop takes c4. And you can see that this bishop is very active now. And white solved this problem for this threat. Black was threatening to play b3. Now we have b takes c3, b takes c3, queen to c7, queen c2. The position is approximately equal here. Both players control one file, white control the A file, but black control the B file. We have bishop to B5 and Tari tried to exchange pieces in order to achieve draw, right? And now we have bishop takes B5, rook takes B5, and here is the second question for you. What are you going to do now with white? Black already made a mistake. Can you punish him? And this is a positional question, and here white played the fantastic move bishop takes f6, a very strong move in order to create a situation after bishop takes f6 for good knight against bad bishop. And now he started maneuvering his knight. You can see knight d2, and he's aiming for a better square. Can you find a better square for the knight? And he would like to place the knight on c4, after that to e3, and after that on d5. And we cannot find a good maneuver for that bishop, so white definitely have an advantage here. So we have knight to c6, queen a4, rook fb8, knight c4, bishop e7, g3, try to give more space to his king and put him in more safety, queen c8, queen d1, g6, black try to do the same, king g2, bishop f8, but the main problem here is that the c4 knight is far more active. You can see that this knight is threatening this pawn on d6, tied down this bishop on defense. It's protecting the b2 square, so black cannot penetrate there, and white have the initiative. Queen to f3, aiming for a new target, and it's important to find new targets. The new target is f7. Now he would like to play something like rook a7 and attack this f7 pawn. We have rook to b3, rook ec1. Sometimes it's okay to protect the pawns passively. We have queen e6, rook a7, and now he is trying to activate his pieces, rook 8 b7, and Tari tried to exchange more pieces. This is good defensive technique. Rook takes b7, rook takes b7, rook a1, but the white is renewing the threat, or he would like to activate his other rook. We have h5 now. Here maybe rook b3 was preferable here in order to not forcing white, but invite white to play that move to stay passively. Of course, Carlsen had a lot of other moves. For example, he can play actively with rook a8, or he can start maneuvering his knight, something like that, and after rook takes c3 to put the knight on d5. You can see this knight is extremely active now. The pawn wasn't very important. After that we can play here, and you can see that black is tied down because his bishop is pinned, the knight is extremely active, and even with pawn down, white have extremely strong compensation. Tari here went h5, and now we have rook a8, king g7, try to unpin his bishop immediately, knight e3, rook c7, knight d5, rook c8. Again, Tari used the correct technique, trying to exchange pieces, but of course Carlsen wasn't interested. He played rook a7, rook b8, h3, rook d8, and now Carlsen continue his attack, and he would like to open up lines against the enemy king, and for that reason he played g4. H takes g4, h takes g4, rook d7, again the same technique. A good technique, it's good to exchange pieces when you are in defense, but of course Carlsen avoid that. Rook a8, f6, and now I have maybe a little diagram for you how it's white's turn. Can you open up lines? What are you going to play? And the move is a little difficult. He played g5, tried to open up more and more lines, and Tari played this move f5. If he just capture here, this is very bad because it's white's turn now, and he can perform a checkmate in 2 moves. And this is queen takes f8, this is a check, king h7, what else to do, and now this is a checkmate. For that reason he could not capture the pawn on g5. Now we have f5, and after that he played queen h3, a very logical move, rook f7, and now it's our diagram position. I asked you before to find the best move here, or one good move here for white. What do you think? And Carlsen finished off the game with a spectacular way. He played a rook to c8. This is really amazing to see such ideas, to sacrifice pieces in empty squares. It's really very nice, because after queen e8 he gave a check here on h6, and the move rook e8, he played that in order to remove the defender. After that the queen is on e8 and she cannot protect the pawn on g6. Now we have king g8, he cannot play another move, and after queen takes g6, this is a check. Now he is threatening the king, and after king h8 he played a very strong move, and this move is knight f6, and you can see that the world champion used the tactics very well. He has very good skills on tactics. Now he is threatening checkmate on g8, and here black has a lot of problems. For example, if he just capture here, white can recapture the queen because the rook was pinned, and if he just move the bishop here on e7, then we can give a check on h6. The only move is and actually the only move is rook h7 now, and after that we can perform this checkmate this time. And let's see another variation here, and after the check, yes, here he cannot put the rook in between on g7. This is a problem because again the queen is hanging. So that's all for that game, and here was the very amazing move rook e7, a very strong move, fantastic. I hope you play that move one in your time, in your games, and if you do so, then you can send me the game and I can upload it in my channel. Thank you very much, and see you soon.